Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. I think of Libra as having to hold the balance between things that seem to be completely incompatible, all dualities. And of course in relationships, that's me and how we are together, or me and you, and how much should I have and how much should I be giving to you. And we all run on assumptions about how it's supposed to be. So this month, as you can see, the ruler of Libra, Venus, is actually in Scorpio. So whereas Libra generally likes to keep things fairly pleasant and even superficial for comfort, we are not allowed to do that this month. We've already had 1 month of Venus in Scorpio. This time she's retrograding. It's as though whatever came up during last month, we're going to be going over it again, looking for, hopefully, how we actually created it that way. And as I've put in the new moon letter, the balance is going to have to be found between the Venus and Mars, relating at a very deep level, Venus in Scorpio, and Mars, the action of freedom, being independent and unique. That it could be that women and men will be at odds with each other, but the way to look at it is in yourself. It's where you want freedom as opposed to where you want to be close and connected. We generally want both. The freedom to do what we want to do, to be our own selves, but we still want the relationship close. We tend to hold on to our relationships, the ones where we feel really nice, comforted, safe, connected. And when the other person wants their freedom to do their own thing and be themselves as they are, as they feel is normal, we feel that they're pulling away from us, and that's when we hold on tightly. Scorpio is a fixed sign, a fixed water sign. The tendency is to cling and to hold on with emotional intensity. And if anybody does that to you, when you feel that you want to be able to do your own thing, it really makes you want to push them off. This is what we're likely to be finding ourselves looking at in our relationships this month, especially for the first half. By the time we get to the full moon, the scene has changed somewhat. The Mars drive for independence and freedom is at right angles squaring Mercury in Scorpio. But because Mercury is next to Jupiter, and both of them are connecting to Chiron, it looks as though we're going to be actually acknowledging, even being compassionate about, the pain that other people might be suffering. And the beautiful side of Aquarius can come in there, where you realise that actually you would choose to help another person, and it isn't giving up your autonomy to do that. The well-being of others becomes a major driving force that you supply and assist in your own unique way. At the full moon, we have the moon right against Uranus and the sun against Venus, both of them connecting really well to Saturn in Capricorn, who represents at this point the reconciling principle between the opposition of sun and moon. There's the moon in Taurus wanting the freedom, staking out freedom in very time and space sort of ways, while at the heart level and in our relationships there is an appreciation for the feelings involved. And the difficulty that there may be between those two, the tension of the opposites, can be solved through sorting out a way that it can work, because there's always a way it can work. This month is the last month in the year of having Jupiter going through Scorpio. The timing is interesting. It will be very interesting to go through it when we get there. The next new moon on the 7th of November is right in the middle of Scorpio. And Jupiter is in its last day of Scorpio. On the 8th of November, the very next day, Jupiter and the moon go into Sagittarius together. And the focus that we've been having on these deep, deep issues changes. There is a shift into exploring and sorting out our relationship with the principles that drive us. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and he always brings more of wherever he is connecting. So we will be going for the heights, and it could be like a tightrope walking, or climbing a high mountain with edges and cliffs. It's a completely different view of life, a different area of our experience, and we will have a year exploring that. But more of that at the next new moon. With this new moon, this whole month, this is our last opportunity to use the focus, the light that Jupiter has been shining into the depths of our experience, to use that light to see and understand as much as we can before this emphasis changes. I've said much more about relationships in the letter, so do check it out. And I'm wishing you and myself all the learning we can get. Stop. Feel. Sense. Come inside and breathe. Nothing out there matters unless you can be in to relate to it. No one can be contacted until you are in to connect with them. Come in and be aware of your body, your emotional weather, your consciousness, your soul. Deepen. Look into the depths of your inner life. Then gently breathe completely out. With your next in-breath, feel life in every cell, greening your leaves, lighting your sparkle. Let every new breath lift your heart, open your shoulders, strengthen your spine. Breathe for your spirit here in earth, and for every other creature and form. Your life force wells up to form your next step, and all is well in your world.